Special guest in studio, Melanie Mahanna from American Grit, a Clinton native, right?
That's right, yeah.
And what year did you graduate from Clinton High School?
2005.
Oh, awesome. So what have you been doing since 2005? You went to college around here too, kind of, right?
Yep, I went to Syracuse University and I got my degree in inclusive education and French cultural studies. I moved right to Brooklyn out of college, and I taught 5th grade for 6 years.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
And now you've been pretty busy the past few months, at least, with American Grit on Fox. Mm-hmm. And it's a pretty tough show.
Yeah, it's where you go and either re-spark that grit, or for other contestants, they never had it. John Cena is a pretty incredible mentor. The 4 military cadre that are on the show were incredibly inspiring. Overall, it was an incredible experience. It changed my life. I'm very, very grateful.
And because of the show, one of the challenges, you had to actually shave your head. Now, how did that play out?
It was actually the first challenge. So the first team challenge was themed sacrifice. And so there were shock collars that had to be worn. Well, my teammate Chris had to get naked, and then the last challenge, which we didn't know, I had to shave my head, and so I just asked. The only thing was I asked if it could be donated, which it was, and it became a baldy real quick. I cut off about 28 inches of
28
hair.
inches of hair.
Yeah. And then I was able to donate it, which brought me to a salon in Savannah, which is where we filmed in Georgia, and I was able to meet a young girl by the name of Treya Garvin, who had leukemia and was getting fitted for her wig. And shortly after, we had an incredible connection. I met her family, and shortly after filming, she passed away.
Oh, geez. That's unfortunate.
It was. And so I kept in touch with her family, and when I realized that the 3rd episode was going to be dedicated to her, I kind of started the ball rolling at this idea of going back down to Savannah and watching it with her family, and that turned into a big fundraiser, and out of that came Grit Cares, which is kind of what we call the Grit family. The contestants and the cadre all rallied behind this, and we've raised so far over $5,500 for Cure Childhood Cancer, and we've raised $1,200 for the Garvins for the Treya J. Garvin Foundation.
Well, that's wonderful, and you can still donate to this, correct?
You can, yeah. We're hoping to reach. We set a goal for $10,000, and the link is bit.ly/. Grit for Cure. It's on all of my social media.
Perfect. And what's your social media so listeners can find you?
Sure. Melanie Mahanna on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And then the link is posted in everything I post.
Beautiful. And we'll also have that, too, up on our website later this afternoon, so we'll help that out. And, so the show not only changed you to get that spark going, but it got you motivated for Grit Cares, right? Yeah,
I think, while on the show, it was... I personally went on the show. I was coming out of a breakup. I was with a person for a little over 5 years, and once you're in a relationship for a long time, you're really good at being someone's partner. Yeah. And so after the fact, I had to learn how to be an individual again, and I wanted my own adventure. And so I really was intrigued by all parts of the show, and then the adventures and challenges I experienced on the show I could have never anticipated. I made, lifelong friends. I hope people tune in.
And you can tune in Sunday at 9 p.m. on Fox. Yeah. And speaking of big adventure, you're back in town this weekend for the Boilermaker.
That's right.
And you've been running how many years now, you would say?
I started when I was 14. I've taken a couple years off here and there, but this is probably my 8th or 9th Boilermaker.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just running for that tomato pie at the end. My dad will have the box open. That's what I run for.
And, nothing goes better after a 15K road race than, tomato pie and beer, I'm sure.
And a Half Moon cookie. We can throw that in there, yeah.
There you go. And I was asking you this off the air, but everyone needs to know, what's your tomato pie preference in Central New York?
Oh, gosh. Well, this is going to, divide me amongst my family, but I'm a Roma's girl.
There you go. You can't go wrong with a classic, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining us in studio. We'll have, again, all the information for Grit Cares online at BigFrog104.com coming up later today. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for what you did. I mean, that was a beautiful thing, donating the hair and helping raise all this funds, too.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate being here.